5 felons voted in recent Broward elections, and even after they were identified as illegal voters by the Broward Sheriff's Office, they were not purged from the voter rolls and were sent ballots to vote in Dania Beach's primary in August. 4 will receive ballots this week to vote in the November general election, Broward Mayor John Rodstrom said Tuesday, showing documentation. Rodstrom said he's lost some faith in the election system after seeing the huge numbers of absentee ballots collected and dropped off at the Supervisor of Elections office. For the first time, thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. In my career, I'm beginning to believe that elections can be manipulated, he said. Though BSO alerted Dr. Brenda Snipes of the illegal voters, she said she did not purge them from the voter rolls because she relies on the state to send her the verified list of felons to be purged. One voter pleaded guilty to a charge of illegal voting, but still was sent another ballot. Another voter was in hospice with cancer and said he was so drugged on pain pills, he didn't remember voting. Another is legally blind and said thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. He didn't request a ballot or fill it out, and he couldn't remember who did. And yet another said his signature was a forgery and he had never cast a ballot at all. 4 were mailed ballots today in the general election, according to the Supervisor of Elections database. Dr. Brenda Snipes, elections supervisor, said 2 18-wheelers delivered 114,777 ballots to the U.S. Post Office today. She showed up to defend herself Tuesday, after receiving telephone messages that she was being talked about in County Hall, she said. A memo from Thank You for Trying Verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. The Sheriff's Office written in May shows that BSO investigated possible absentee voter fraud in Dania Beach and reviewed 332 names of voters. 5 illegally casted ballots were identified, BSO Detective Dave Tousley wrote in a closeout memo in May to Commander All Manor. He listed them one by one. They included a man named Ernest Nubby who voted by absentee ballot in Broward on February 11, 2011, in Dania Beach. Nubby went on to vote by absentee ballot in July in Dania Beach as well, even though he'd been thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Identified as an illegal voter that same year. The detective had questioned him, but he would not meet with the detective or give a statement. Without a confession, the detective wrote in his memo, the Broward State Attorney's Office would not file charges. Nubby requested a ballot for the presidential election in November, and it was mailed today, according to the Supervisor of Elections Office's database. Snipes said someone to put a taint on everything, and was visibly upset that Channel 10 political veteran Michael Putney had blasted her on TV. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. I'm really disappointed that Michael Putney has decided I should be charged with malfeasance and dragged away from my job, Dr. Snipes said. She said she relies on the state to send her a list of felons to purge from her voter list. She said they've then had due process and there's documentation to show their rights weren't restored. The next voter listed on the BSO memo, Frank Ellinger of Dania Beach, was charged with voting illegally and even pleaded guilty to it in March, according to BSO. But he was still sent thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. A ballot for the August primary, which he did not use, according to the Supervisor of Elections database. He has since disappeared from the elections database. Michael E. Mason, also on the list, is a convicted felon but voted in October 2008 and February 2011, BSO says. He's legally blind and told BSO someone else requested a ballot for him and filled it out, but he couldn't remember who it was. He wasn't charged. He went on to receive an absentee ballot in Dania Beach's primary in August, but didn't mail it in. He also was mailed thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. The general election ballot today. Garrett Maxey, of Dania Beach, voted in the primary and general elections of 2008, though BSO says he's a convicted felon who, like the others, had no clemency on record. He also voted in Dania Beach in February 2011. He was in hospice and told the investigator he was on heavy pain medications and does not remember filling out a ballot. He wasn't charged. He went on to vote in Dania Beach in the August primary and Watts mailed the ballot for the general election today.